Oh, it looks like we're live.
Ooh, three,
Hey, everybody.
4. Hey.
So, I'm Jason Stepp. I run Razor to Wrist Records, and I am happy to have Beneath the Hollow tonight to celebrate and talk about their brand new musical endeavor, Heads and Hooves, which is friggin' badass, and we're super proud to have it on our label. So, thank you guys.
Well, thank you, sir.
Matt, you've joined us.
I have joined you.
Are you out delivering pizza? What's going on?
Yeah. Hey, man, you need a pie?
I definitely need a pie for sure.
I'll bring you a Chicago pie.
I've got that lactose intolerant nonsense going on, which
Fun.
means pies are few and far between for me. Like, not at all anymore. So I got some new merchant for you guys today. You want to see it?
Yes.
Oh, yeah? Oh, this is exciting.
That pants?
What the fuck is that?
All right.
Those are just
We got some
giant
joggers.
sweatpants.
Those are Jesse's pants for sure.
These are Jesse's 60-30 pants.
Yes, let's go.
Wow.
Get your
You
custom.
can get them at Kohl's.
We have the company that I work for. We have a really, really large maintenance guy that requires a 7X shirt and a 60-30
Wow.
pants. Yeah,
That's,
he's a big boy.
Wow.
It's all muscle though.
yeah, I bet. I wouldn't mess with him either way.
No, definitely not. So I guess we're going to chat a little bit here about the new EP and your new lineup. I mean, it's basically not totally new lineup. You have a new singer. Justin is on board for this. So, Jesse, why don't you give us a little background on how the hell that happened?
Yeah, absolutely. So, September of 23, we did our last run of shows with the last lineup. And shortly thereafter, I called you actually and said, "Hey, but I got a problem. I'm in a situation where this working relationship's no longer going to work, and either we're going to fold this thing up, or what do you think?" And you were very gracious and supportive and said, "Hey, no, let's just move forward, and we'll find you a new guy. Call this guy, Justin. See what he thinks."
Well, that was like within the first 5 minutes. I think I was like, "Why don't you call Justin up? Don't sing in your band." So
that was literally the first thing you said. I was like, "Hey, no, buddy, no problem. We'll fix the problem."
He's a band whore. He would jump right in.
There's no doubt about that. So, in alternate definition of band whore, I suppose.
Yeah. So in short order, I slid into Justin's DMs and was like, "Hey,
He's like,
what's
"Hey,
up?
girl, damn."
Hey, buddy.
I heard you like to sing on that thing,
Sent him a
And,
dick pic.
I flipped him a demo, and he had me a vocal demo back in like 12 hours, and I fell out of my seat. And what I got was Butter. That was the first song, and it's exactly what you hear on the album. That's what he
shit
to me
is it
immediately.
that vocal tape?
It's not that take,
but it's that arrangement and.
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
As soon as Jesse sent that over, I was like, "Yeah,
if it was your demo take, that'd be awesome." You're like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that again." Well, it's worked out really well. So I think that I'll be honest. Like, I liked Jewel. Jewel is and for those out there that don't know, Jewel has since passed, which is crazy. Had nothing to do with band endeavors, any of that crap. I think he was kind of a troubled guy, and I don't know the ins and outs of what got him, but I would assume that it had something to do with drugs. But I don't know. So sad. But the new version of this band is far, far superior to the one that you guys had with Jewel. It's an order of magnitude better. It's just not even the same thing. It doesn't even sound. I mean, it sounds like the same band, but it's just like a more refined, more focused. The songs are better. Like everything about it's better. Not that it was not good before it was, but I think this release is just head and shoulders above the other stuff. And I'll be honest, Justin, I like it way better than Celebrity Sex Scandal. So, I like Celebrity Sex Scandal. That was fine. I love, Greg is a great friend, and I enjoyed that band. But the combination of the two here is just it's just way better than both of them were. So, hats off to you guys for doing something cool.
Yeah. Appreciate it, man. We are really proud of these set of songs, and it really was an easier working environment and more productive working environment. And it was almost like the handcuffs got took off, and we were able to go bonkers, and we did.
Yeah. Well, and Matt, hats off to, the rhythm section, Dan and Matt, sounds great. Matt, your drumming has come really far. You're sounding great, man. It's really cool.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, so it's definitely you guys are certainly on the right track here, in my opinion. Not that my opinion matters, but that's what I think. So yeah, we're definitely pleased to have it. We're so pleased, in fact, that I delayed the release of In the Blind to get out of the way of this record. So
That's crazy, dude.
Which is fun. Like my band always.
That's like
My band.
I'm not even a fan, dude. I'm not even a fan.
There you go. Look at you.
I don't even. I've never heard that band.
Yeah. So it's all good. I mean, honestly, they were stumbling over each other, and
Hey, can I just go back and say to where we auditioned Justin? I just want to build Justin up a little bit. It took him like less than 24 hours of Jesse sending him the demo to Butter.
Yeah.
For him to send Jesse back his version of that. That was insane. 24 hours. Like,
sick.
How did you do that?
I know.
How did he write and record that? That was
well,
crazy. So immediately when Jesse played that, we were like, yeah, he's the
all
guy.
right. Oh, that was easy.
But
Yeah.
I could tell everybody was excited, but Jesse was like, holding his cards. He's like, try another one.
You got to.
Try singing our old song.
We need you to sing the rest of them real quick too. Let's get this thing done. It's like, well, listen, man. I mean, not that I'm some band grand poobah, but if it's not going to work, or if something doesn't work, it's better to nip it in the bud and fix it. So, you guys knew that it wasn't going to work with Jewel anymore. So
I'm glad you bring that up. So Dan, listen, we've been meaning to have this conversation. I'm kidding.
Hey, it's been fun, boys. It's been
I'm
fun.
going to play bass.
Jason, welcome to the
I'm
lineup.
gonna do bass player.
That's what this live stream's for, to fucking fire me.
I am too long in the tooth to try to that shit. So yeah, no, but recognizing a problem and dealing with it is commendable, because a lot of times, and I've been guilty of this too. I mean, you deal with something much longer than you should, but making a singer change is a difficult thing to do, for sure. So that's I've experienced that a couple of times in my life. Luckily, I've had Todd forever, and he is not replaceable. So, but yeah. So we're fortunate to have you on board there, JT.
You want to hear a funny story? When Jesse hit me up, he asked specifically, he said, hey, would you be down to like try a heavy project? And I thought,
like, all of your projects are heavy, all of them, except for Celebrity Sex Scandal.
I thought that he was trying to start a new band, And then I was like, sick, hell yeah, I'm down to try new stuff. And so I start clicking through links in the folders he's sending me, and it's all Beneath the Hollow, Beneath the Hollow, Beneath the Hollow. I was like, is this a new band or is this Beneath the Hollow? He's like, Beneath the Hollow. I was like,
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's a thing.
Yeah. That's actually an existing project.
Yeah, that's a bigger deal than let's fuck around and try something new. Yeah, that's I was a little surprised by that, but it was exciting. I always thought.
Well, we towed the line of possibly making it a new project and rebranding and all that, but
Dude, honestly,
this is what it is.
Honestly, seriously, it's again, not that I'm some band oracle, but like it's all about the continuation of the name. That's it.
For sure.
No one gives a shit. I mean, it's just like we're all replaceable. So except for, Todd. So, from our little project, I mean, all of us are. So, although, maybe I'm nearing not replaceable status. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when they decide to put me out of the band.
Well, the singer's literally the voice of the band, so that's usually what people relate to.
But
I
mean,
typically draws.
I mean, like there've been plenty of stories, particularly these days. We have so many medium-sized bands. I mean, like people cycle through, and I mean, the singers get replaced now and stuff. So mind your P's and Q's, Justin.
Exactly. I know it's coming.
This working dynamic is very good.
So we have a really cool pre-order that's going on right now for the new Beneath the Hollow album, along with a bunch of really killer merch. So it's at the bottom. So I don't know where I am. I guess
yeah,
over that way.
Yeah,
really great shirts, a really cool hoodie, and very reasonably priced. So we tried to keep the price low on all this stuff just to get it in as many people's hands as possible. So those can be ordered at razortourist.com. So if anybody is so inclined to support the band and support the label, that would be friggin' awesome.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, that's it's a grassroots thing. I think a grassroots band and a grassroots label. The goal is to continue to bring good music to everyone. So I mean that's our goal. I mean honestly, no one's trying to make any money. I mean it'd be great to make a bunch of money, but that's not where we're at right now. We're just trying to put new product out into the world and contribute to humanity in some small way. So
and have some fun doing it.
That's all. So I mean, if these are break even projects, hopefully. So if we can break even and we can put some cool music out there for the folks, that's a win. So
I'm definitely trying to make money.
I guess. My wife's in the other room. She probably wants me to make money too.
Listen, my crippling cocaine habit will not fuel itself. All right, so
that cocaine habit. Come on. Gotta keep this family in beer.
Somebody in chat asked about. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was saying somebody in chat asked about an all ages show. I think we have one coming up in Braidwood, Illinois. Do we not?
I think so. May 31st.
Is that with us?
Madison, Wisconsin on May 30th. That's all ages as well, correct?
I think so. And no, Jay, the next time we're out with you guys is Cleveland, June 20th. We'll be back in the Foundry.
I said that. So I wanted to come to your CD release, and I don't know if that's going to be possible or not because I'm going to be in our van, which means that I am going to be our chauffeur. So, I still would like to work that out though. That would be really cool. I'd love to be there for that. What day is the CD release show?
Saturday the 21st,
The
June
21st.
21st.
Okay.
And that's at Eaton Rapids Craft Co. in Michigan.
Which is awesome. So
Love
It's
that
such
place.
a cool
I
spot,
love-
dude. I
I
love
love that that's become like the hot spot. It's cool.
Fuck yeah.
Awesome place.
Yeah, it's such,
Awesome
it's such
place.
a good place and good people and the whole
it.
thing.
Adam and Jessica.
Yeah,
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Great
Shout out.
folks.
yeah, it's been really good. So, Mike, my unpaid intern, Mike, are you out there?
Hello, Mike.
Oh, he did it!
Yeah, there's Mike.
And he's
There's
wearing
Mike.
such a beautiful hoodie right now. And he's a model too. I told you, he's bringing the handsome.
Oh yeah, look at that guy out there.
How may I help you?
Silver Fox coming in hot. So Mike, just giving Mike a shout out. Mike does so much behind the scenes to make all this stuff happen. It's really nice to have you on board, man. I appreciate all that you do, and I think the guys in the band would absolutely share that sentiment. So Mike has been instrumental in getting the pre-order up and running, and getting the ads running, and pretty much all the minutia of trying to get everything organized and on the calendar. So thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
I've got to say, for working with bands, yours included, Jason. Beneath the Hollow is one of the easiest bands I've ever had.
Which one of mine? That's the question. One of the 14 of them. No, yeah, like I will say that. So with Mike as my witness, we say this all the time. I'm like, man, those guys just have their act together. No offense to Dan, Matt, and Justin. You guys are great. Jesse, you've got your shit.
Thank you, brother.
Oh,
Your report.
That's what we call him.
we are a mess. We just let him handle
Yeah, but
everything.
serious,
I just show up.
it's like, hey Jesse, I'd like you to. I did this 2 days ago. I'm like, hey, can you do like a little video, like a medley of the songs or something, put an ad together? I had it in 20 minutes. Like, he was back. He was like, is this okay? I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. So,
Hell yeah.
Now pay it for
Band
your
Daddy.
first time.
well,
He's Band Daddy, and I
Dude.
kind of feel like the Brady Bunch right now. Like,
The Brady
How many-
Bunch.
how many levels do you need? That's my question. I see 5 levels on your wall.
oh, me? Well, they're different. They're different sizes, man. I got a 6-footer.
2 of them are.
I got a
2 of them are
2-footer.
Different shapes and sizes.
Well, I got 2-footers. I gotta make sure everything's level. I gotta make sure everything's level in my house, man.
Tell me
Just
you
the
have
guy
a
whose camera is sitting
CD
like this.
without telling me.
You can do the
That's what-
ceiling and the wall at the same time.
That's what I do in the band. I make sure everything's level.
All right,
Nothing falls over.
I'm seeing myself back out, but before I do that, I do want to ask. So I've had the privilege of hearing this album in its entirety, and I do have a couple favorites on it. But I'd like to hear each of you from the writing perspective to talk a little bit about your favorite track and maybe why it's your favorite track, and why 4-dimensional regret is the right choice.
Oh shoot. Well, Jesse,
Matt,
you
you
want to
start.
start?
No, go ahead. Start.
I gotta say, like, it's hard to pick a favorite, honestly. It's always been easy for me to pick a favorite, but with this one, it's been really fucking difficult. I can't just pick one. I gotta pick between 2. Like, my top 2 would be I gotta say Godless Endeavor and Heads and Hooves, the title tracks. Those 2, in my opinion, are just like, I don't know. I love them all, but those 2 especially are fun to play for me.
Yeah, those are great choices. I don't even know which, but I'm gonna have to think about that. Yeah, I do like Godless Endeavors a lot. That's a great song.
It's like trying to pick a favorite child. It's not easy.
Oh.
You can't do it, you know?
Fuck yeah, you
My favorite child.
This is the dumb one. This is the one that talks too much. Fuck yeah, you can.
Oh shit.
What do you think, Dan? What's your? I see a cat. In
Oh, 100% old hymns. I love old hymns. Just the chorus, like it goes. It's super heavy, but it's got this haunting, catchy chorus. Like I could play that song. Usually, like once we record something, I don't listen to it. But like this shit, I've been listening to on repeat. Like old hymns is the shit.
I love that.
The
Well,
lyrics, the vocals.
Justin's wheelhouse.
Yeah, it's just an awesome song. I mean, I usually don't like it's check out my band, it's whatever. But now it's like, no, you listen to old hymns. Like it's a great song.
You're listening.
I mean, they're all great, but hands down, old hymns. Love it.
What do you think, Justin?
I don't know, man. That's pretty tough. Honestly, with celebrity, my favorites were the ones that were the hardest to write.
Yeah.
I think Heads and Hooves was the hardest to write because Jesse writes in a lot of harmonic and melodic minor, and to sing over that is something I'm not used to at all, and it was really freaking hard for me to write that. I sat and I literally had to figure out what key it was in. I sat there with a keyboard trying to figure out what notes I could sing, and I worked out the chorus first. I recorded it. I sent it to Jesse. I'm like, check this out. I've been messing with this. I think it sucks. I'm probably going to erase it. And he says 5 seconds later, he texts back. He's like, the fuck you are. He's like, it's staying.
I think this sucks. This probably sucks. I don't know.
Yeah, it didn't feel like, to me, some of the catchiest stuff is stuff that just kind of comes out. Like Old Hymns and Butter.
That's how it always works.
Yeah.
Man.
Old Hymns and Butter just kind of came out. They were pretty easy choruses to write.
Is always just what happens.
Yeah. So I thought Old Hymns and Butter was kind of easy chorus wise. They kind of just, it was a cool minor key that just kind of came out. It was pretty easy. Yep. But Hooves I had to work at. So I don't know. I guess I just wasn't hearing it. I was too in the mechanical side of it. And then once I heard it the next morning, I was like, oh no, this is actually really killer.
I remember when you sent it over.
So it's interesting, which I it is difficult to write over some of that. It's not dissonant, but I guess in a way it is dissonant. It's just the minor chords. But do you write your harmony? I mean, obviously you come up with a melody and then you figure out your harmonies. And do you figure out the harmonies on a keyboard?
Sometimes. Most of the time it's on a guitar.
Okay.
Sometimes on a keyboard. On a guitar, I'm more comfortable on a guitar, but sometimes it takes me longer to do. But that's usually what I do. I mean, I write sitting in front of my desk with a mic, and I write it as I record it.
Okay.
I can't, like, if I try and write something, just humming along with my phone, writing shit down, it's fucking gone.
Dude, like I would play it out. I'm honestly more comfortable on a keyboard too. Like the relationships between the notes for me, like figuring out what chord it is, it's easier on a keyboard when you can see it all in front of you.
Yeah.
So, Jesse probably disagrees with that, I would imagine.
In the last couple of years that I actually learned how the instrument works proper.
With the guitar?
It's gone a long way.
Well, you're ahead of me then, because I don't know.
What our Matt and I's dad is a musician, so I had it growing up, but I never learned anything. Like I couldn't tell you the notes outside of whatever the strings were called, E, A, D, G, B. And I started studying properly during COVID, and it's really opened the creative box for me.
Sure. So you didn't say your favorite tune. You're skirting Mike's question.
That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one. Godless is definitely up there. That was a really big stretch for us, just from something so heavy still being catchy. It has a really oddball bridge in it that if you don't pay attention to when you're playing it live, it'll train wreck.
Cannon has.
Yeah. It's you're playing with gasoline on that one.
It's fun though.
That was one of the cooler ones for me. And I think Mike brought up a good point. Like 4-Dimensional Regret was one of those songs that had been like, that one got worked and reworked and reworked. And usually when you have to put that much work into a song, I end up hating it. But I still love that one. Like John Douglas, the guy we worked with in Atlanta for the drums, and he mixed and mastered the record. He really pushed me to that song specifically. It was like, give me more something in the verse. And the vocals were already written. So like the riff was a little more simple initially. So I had to find something that worked for the song, made it more interesting, and didn't step on the vocals. And I think we were able to achieve that.
What a pleasure that is, though, having vocals to work to. So
very nice.
That's a different thing. So I like that too. Like if I know what the vocalist has in mind, you can do that. You can kind of get out of the way in a way that you can't otherwise. So yeah. I was hearing some Froggy stuff going on there. Were you guys hearing weird stuff going on with it?
Constantly. Is that my headphones? Because
I can't. That's what I was asking about earlier. I didn't know if it was everyone or if it was just me hearing that.
Sounds like a bullfrog. Just
yeah,
I hear it too. I thought you were farting.
Right?
I don't know. Someone had too much Taco Bell. I don't know.
Let's just blame it on it.
That's the way it usually works.
That's usually how it goes.
When in doubt, blame it on the bass player.
Blame it on the bass player. So any questions in here? What's going on?
Yeah, let's start taking some questions here.
When are the Orlando dates? I think that's probably a not anytime soon.
That's a Todd Smith question.
Who's Orlando?
Oh man. Well, Todd's
I know Todd. Yeah, Todd and I have talked about doing a Florida weekend more times than I could count, and then it never materializes. And probably because it's such a
figure it out. Yeah,
it would be fun.
I'd be going down there. I mean, that's
Isn't that where Disney World is?
Do it on the beach.
Oh my God!
Isn't that where
Focus, dude.
Beach party.
Focus.
we could probably make it as far as Six Flags in Richmond. So that's not quite we didn't make it all the way to Disney World. We just made it to Six Flags.
None of us have Disneyland money. Quit it.
No.
We definitely don't have Disneyland money. Disneyland is in California.
I don't have Disney World money.
We played Disneyland with Lacuna Coil.
Unless you hit that pre-order link. Right.
What the fuck? That's wild.
I gotta hear this story.
Oh, there's not much of a story. We played the House of Blues, and it was actually in Disneyland. You have to go under a tunnel, and you come up in Disneyland.
No shit.
And the House of Blues was there. Yeah, it was fun.
That's
It was a really cool tour.
Nice.
It was many moons ago now. It was long before a white beard had invaded my face.
Somebody said we need an Omaha stop. I was just in Omaha for work, actually.
Yeah,
I've been to Omaha.
Yeah,
I'd love to go out there.
We should put together a longer run here and go out. I'm into that. You know, I mean,
Definitely.
we'll have to figure it out with our guys, but I think people would be into doing that.
Oh yeah, I'd like to do a little more running around.
Yeah.
That's Randy. Shout out to Randy threw a question in the chat. What after the album is released, what are the next steps forward? As many shows as we can stomach doing.
I'll probably take a nap and wash my face a little.
I like cheeseburgers.
Are you guys already working on the next thing or no?
Jesse's working on some demos.
Yeah, I've got some pieces. So my process is generally I'll throw together a sketch and shoot it out to the guys, and then we'll beat it to death.
Yep.
I'm at the here's two ideas that go together. Here's one that might be cool something. There's nothing full really there, so I'm getting just idea compiling, and then I'd like to get in the room with the boys, play with them some more. Then I'll go back.
What do you do your demos in?
Cubase. I've been a Cubase guy since it was the first thing that we got our hands on.
That's crazy. Yeah, Cubase. That's like Atari 2600.
We're using Cakewalk.
I do my demos. On it in television.
Did you ever see one of those Tascam 4-track?
There you go. I've got one right over here, actually.
Dude, I desperately wanted a Tascam 4-track when I was a kid, man, and I never got one.
Oh no,
dude! You should see. I have a Tascam 8-track cassette deck right behind me. I've been wanting to make a record on that thing for so long.
Yeah, you should do it.
It's awesome.
That's how Ween makes all their records. Ween makes recordings for Columbia Records on an 8-track. Actually, I think it's on a 4-track. Actually, I think they do that.
That's awesome.
Bounce it down and like, this is it.
Hey, dude, there's no reason why that stuff can't sound good if you've got the right gear.
Well, dude, and if you're not trying to make it sound good, it's even easier.
Yeah. Yeah, just so.
Yeah. So yeah, a couple more in the chat. Louisville. I'd love that. Louisville would be pretty feasible and easy for us to do too. Because
Louisville's a cool town, man. That's a cool town. Yeah, that would be fun.
Good chicken. Good chicken.
Louisville's where I got the idea for Heads and Hooves. Even I can't really talk about all of it, but I can talk about it a little bit.
Right on.
Yeah. So Heads and Hooves, I worked a sporting event that involves horses. And they have a museum there where they have like a little planter outside. And there are these little tiny headstones there with the names of horses on them. And I'm like, that's funny. Horses aren't this big. And there's several of them here in this planter on the campus. And somebody I was working with asked one of the maintenance guys there, he's like, what's up with that? That's not, are the horses cremated? He goes, oh, no. They cut off their heads and hooves and bury them on the campus. That's what we do to honor them.
So if a horse breaks a leg during the race and they kill it on the track, they cut its head off and cut its hooves off.
No. Only winners. If you win, then
they cut trophy.
That's where you are interned. After you die, they cut off your heads and hooves and bury you on the premises. And they actually had to move them from the building that we were in was actually on top of where they were originally buried, and they dug them up and moved them to the planter because they wanted that space. But I thought that was just a brutal metaphor for the way that we treat, actors past their age, soldiers once they're done being useful.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. So I thought that was just a brutal metaphor.
Well, I was wondering where that title came from. It's a great title. Yeah. It's alliteration.
Yeah, it's brutal. I was like, I as soon as he told me that, I was like, no, you keep talking.
you probably do the same thing that all good singers do. You probably have running,
taking notes
list of stuff.
Yep.
You see something and write it down.
Oh yeah, all the time. But yeah, that's I think that was Jesse's idea to name the EP after that song. But yeah, it's
cool.
Speaking of Kentucky Derby's next week, so if anybody wants to tune in.
By the way, also the horses that run in that race are about 3 years old. The oldest 3 or 4 years old. Horses live to be like 20, and they usually have like 3 or 4 horses die on the track.
Wow.
Yeah. So just saying, they're children, they're babies when they do all that. Not making an ad for PETA here, but fucking A, it's brutal.
Crazy.
Yeah, like that's
bring this down, dude.
That's a fucking downer, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about suicide, maybe. Bring it up a little bit.
Freaking crazy. So one thing too, that just you guys talking about like the album title, the art is really cool. So I don't even know where did the art come from, Jesse?
So the art came from a fella somewhere in Europe named Mikro, and I had a really specific aesthetic that I wanted for this one. I wanted like very retro 70s horror-ish vibe.
Yeah.
Um,
It has like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre sort of
Yes.
feel, like a
exactly.
not without being that, but it has like that like feel.
Yeah, and this dude does like a lot of really cool art because he did the album layout, he did the skull T-shirt that's in the pre-order, and he did the album T-shirt. The hoodie came from a different guy.
So he pretty much did everything, man, because that's the art from the poster and the CD and the stickers
and the koozies and everything. Because the koozie is essentially just the horse skull with But yeah, so we went through a couple of revisions back and forth, and I mean, this one came through, and it came through without the horse skull on it. And he's like, "What do you think?" And I'm like, "Put a horse skull center, and we're done.
Yeah.
Wrap it up." And I love it. I love how it turned out. I think it looks great printed.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, and I think that I think it's going to look great printed on those shirts too. So, so once again, for anybody that's joined recently here, so we do have a pre-order going on for the new Beneath the Hollow album, Heads and Hooves. It's at razortowrist.com. Lots of good shit over there. In fact, I don't think you got. In fact, I know you haven't. You haven't. You don't even have any of these.
Oh, you bastard!
I have them all. So.
I'll remember the koozies first.
Yeah, you have the koozies. Congratulations. I have all the other stuff. You have the koozies. Yeah, turned out really good. So we're really proud of it. If anybody wants to get wants to go over to razortowrist.com and check out the bundles that we have going with this, they're all reasonably priced. All the merch is really good. And the most important thing, the album is really kick-ass. So any support that anyone would want to offer would be fantastic.
Definitely
we
appreciate
would appreciate it, and the band would appreciate it. And yeah.
Can we talk about recording the record?
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I had a freaking blast recording this record.
No, you've used up all your words. You don't get to say anything else.
Shut up, singer boy.
Talk less.
It's used them all up. I like that Jesse or basically have the same backdrop.
No, listen, mine's right there. You just
nerd alert. Nerd alert.
Guitars, baby. I'll start pulling guitars.
Yep, I had a delivery call. I'm out on the run.
He's got Papa John's delivery.
So, yeah. So what was the process for recording this thing? Was it all? Did you want to talk about that, Justin?
Yeah. Well, first off, we were planning. I guess originally the plan was that we were all going out to Atlanta to record.
With Rob. That's
right.
Right.
That's right. See, that,
we were
the
split up.
Plan. Yeah, the original plan was that we were going to go to Atlanta to do it, and I'd been talking to Rob for a long time because he's if nobody knows who Rob Kleiner is, he's the keyboard player for Tubring. When I was in Celebrity Sex Scandal, I was the singer and the producer engineer for all of our records, for better or for worse, for better towards the end. And so at one time I found out that Rob was on Facebook. I added him and sent him a message, and I was like, "Hey man, you're doing what I wanted to do." He was the guy who produced all the Tubring records, but now he's a professional who masters records for Sony. He's worked with Sia. He's mastered records for Billie Eilish. He is the real deal, lives in LA. And I messaged him and just said, "Hey man, you inspire me in what you do." And he messaged me back and we chit chat, and I'd send him demos. And when I joined this band, I sent him, he's like, "This shit's fucking killer." And we started talking about making the record. And one day I caught a buzz and caught a wild hair. And I was like, "Hey, listen, man, I know your fucking time is precious and you got bigger, better things to work on. But what is the possibility that you would produce this stuff for me, work with me on this shit?" And he's like, "First off, I fucking decide what's worth my time. And secondly, I would love to. When can you be here?" And he cut me a crazy deal. He was just the best host.
His friend prices are reasonable. He actually just mastered the In the Blind EP as well. So, and the friend prices were very very nice. So
It was
he doesn't
was
eat
just
money anymore, so
yeah,
it's,
no.
it's okay. So
Yeah, it was beautiful, man. He drove me around LA. He showed me around the experience. We did the whole thing in 2.5 days, I think. And it was awesome. I can't fucking wait to do it again, if not just to go to LA and hang out with Rob.
he's a good dude, man. Like we back in the day, you know, when I first joined Dog Fashion, it was a lot of touring with Tubbering. We did a lot of tours with them. So, and it was a lot of times just the two bands with whatever local support was there, and 11 people in the audience, and we did it night after night after night after night for months. So, yeah, I know those guys quite well. So at the time did. So not so much anymore, but yeah, it basically that whole version of Tubbering was, it was Rob. It's Rob's band, so it always was,
Yeah.
But very good guy. I'm glad that you get an opportunity to work with him, man. That's cool.
And be on the new Tubbering record. I mean, I'm basically mixed out of it, but I got to sing on the new Tubbering record.
You're there. You got
Cool.
We were doing something. I was doing some kind of death metal stacked vocals.
Yeah.
I finished the take, and he played it back. He's like, "Man, that sounds cool. Hey, you want to be on the new Tubbering record?" I was like, "Shut the yeah."
Front door.
Yeah, I literally sang 3 words. That's it. I don't give a fuck. That's stick for me. I'm on the liner notes in the record. I can die happy.
Well, that's awesome. So, and drums were done where, Matt?
And then down in Atlanta with John Douglas.
Okay, so that's so everybody else except for you, Jesse. You probably did all your stuff at home.
So yeah, we did the guitars and bass at my place.
Yeah.
And then we did the drums with John. We went down to Atlanta I think we were booked for like 6 or 7 days, and we ended up leaving at like 4. Matt crushed it. John was awesome to work with.
Absolutely.
And I mean, he did a hell of a job mixing and mastering it too. And I am not an easy bastard to please.
And
because
you know what you want, and that's a valuable skill.
Yeah, but I think I would definitely do it all again. I love how it turned out, and the dynamic of it was really interesting to have different people working on it, and and I guess one little piece of this was also recorded in Nashville, because there is a guest vocal on 4-Dimensional Regret.
Oh, right, I forgot to mention. Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
Has that not been announced yet? No, right?
No, it hasn't. So the next
It's a
single
surprise.
that comes out, do we want to talk about it or do we want to hold it?
Give it all. We're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, it was
Put
really
it out
awesome. We have kind of been friendly and knowing of Naveen Copperweiss and Shani Crab for a long time, of Entheos, and she guest vocals on the next track that comes out, and it's
killer.
Yes.
it's phenomenal. It's not what you're going to expect out of it. All of our songs have an element of melody in it, and when their last EP came out, I was like, holy shit, she's got a phenomenal melodic vocal too. And that's what really made me want to have her on a track. And then we flipped her 4-Dimensional Regret. She was like, yeah, I'm into this. And she guested on it, and it's so badass.
That's part of what Mike loves about that song. I won't speak for him. Maybe he would speak for himself.
No, speak for him. Do it.
So I'm a pretty big fan of the really, really, really heavy rock shit. Some good ethereal death metal style. We've got some of that in my mix, and so I think that vocal adds some new dimension that has just not been heard yet on anything Razor to Wrist so far. So I think that's just a guilty pleasure of mine, and I'm really happy to hear Beneath the Hollow bring that to the label and bring that to this fan base, because it's extremely heavy and really sick.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. That's one of the things I think I'm probably most proud of on this release is it's 10 times heavier than the last release, but it's catchier and more melodic. It's that classic cliche. It's the heaviest thing, but the most melodic thing at the same time. But it really is.
Well, that's what we're going for, man. And it's more focused. The performances are better. It's better. So the
Yeah,
song,
and I mean, no, absolutely no disrespect to Machine. Working with Machine was phenomenal. We just weren't where we are now,
Right.
and handing him that, and I think I feel like we're finding our footing, and we're finding where we excel and where we're comfortable and what we really want to do. This was the first time I've had a collection of music together, and I am proud of every track. I love it, and I have gone back and listened to it, not just to rehearse it.
yeah. Well, I agree. I think it's by far the best thing you guys have done. So I'm again proud to have it. Proud to be able to say that it's on our label. It's cool.
And we're proud to be here, man.
So before we wrap up here, it's 8:00. I would like to say one more shout out about the pre-order. If anyone is so inclined, we can use the support. So if you want to mosey on over to razor2wrist.com, you'll see that there's some good old-fashioned pre-order merchandise there. All of it's really cool. One thing we are offering as well. So if anyone pre-orders the Beneath the Hollow album, you get a discount code for anything else in stock. So you get 20% off anything else. So if you want to support Beneath the Hollow, then you get a little something on other stuff as well. So I appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the hard work. Jesse, thanks for all the hard work. You've done
You got it, man.
job. Mike, thank you for all the hard work. Justin, Matt, and Dan, you guys sounded great on the record. Really proud of you guys.
Thanks, man. That means a lot. That means
Thanks,
a lot.
Mike.
Oh yeah.
Love you guys.
Have a good night, fellas.